One say, Medin kind be catcher mu say, and na Samson Ladi, Jumadi su news file, Joynews, na eswaya shipa. Because NPP for omu best communicator, Miracles Aboagye. Any NDC best communicator, Sammy Gyamfi, ekokoshiaye. Omu shia sana, na show nusu ye shi. Na Miracles Aboagye reason Sammy say NDC for copy of manifesto can send bebre dudwa na num bebre SMP. Na all kasano na Sammy Gyamfi tinja ya osri. Sammy Gyamfi was just watching him to rant. Miracles Aboagye kasa wie na Sammy Gyamfi responding. Asema Sammy Gyamfi kan yen say even ensema MPP for claim say ene in their manifesto muna NDC copy here no NDC for say that was their 2020 manifesto. Was the NDC for they deal with facts. Ena Sammy Gyamfi ekoko pair omo 2020 manifesto no one phone so read here the date. Na afede here the friends say Miracles Aboagye amwa na hu te say sebi akura waton so mu awapie no aye no hu say wantimi nkasa my expose no Minkasapi. Listen to the conversation. Me say, these people are the most confused people on earth. Sammy Gyamfi.
Number 2, he says we have stolen their manifesto promises. And is that where? Yes, he said we, in some cases, we lifted promises from their manifesto. And you challenge him to give you just one example.
PWDs.
Look, I am demonstrating to you that he is a liar. Look. The promise to make tertiary education free for all persons with disability was contained in the 2020 manifesto of the NDC. He doesn't know, I'll prove to him. Anybody watching, you Google NDC 2020 People's Manifesto, check page 74, item T. So the paragraph is 7.26, tertiary education, and it says the next NDC government will, you come to T, provide free tertiary education for persons with disability. So why will you come and sit here and lie that we stole your promise or your policy when it was contained in our 2020 manifesto at a time Bawumia was not even contesting for president? Look, if they are so lazy that they can't read our manifesto before they come and lie, at least what about checking on the internet? This is a story by starfm.com. And my Joe Online did the same story. NDC promises free tertiary education for people living with disability. September 7, 2020. You come and sit here. This is your stock in trade. Moving from radio station to radio station, telling lies.
Speak to the fact and leave it.
What's the meaning of this?
Speak to the fact and
then he says that 1 million coders program. NDC 2020 manifesto. Check page 84. It is there. And it is never true. Like you pointed out to him. You say they lie with arrogance, obscene, nauseating arrogance. And when you are correcting them, they will not be humble to even accept. Page 84, Samson. What is there is not just about coding. Listen to the whole gamut of things we said we're going to train 1 million young people in. Page 84, 2020 manifesto. The next NDC government will implement the following policies. Okay? 1 million coders program. And he said this initiative will be implemented through a public-private partnership to provide free training to 1 million youths with knowledge and skills for A, coding and programming, B, web developing, apps development, etc. C, expand opportunities in the knowledge and ICT-based economy. So they stole this policy, but Wumia's first announcement was 1 million coders.
Now you are saying this story.
Yes, because we promised this in 2020, but Bawumia was not a candidate. Akufo-Addo never promised this. So in 2024, Bawumia goes to UPSC in that infamous lecture and then lies that when he steals this policy and says when they come, they will roll out 1 million coders program. So we expose them. After we expose them, they have now changed the language to we will train 1 million people in digital skills. What is the difference between training digital skills and the things I've listed for you here? So they are the ones in the business of stealing manifesto promises. You keep on asking him, show us promises that the NDC lifted from your manifesto. And he says, I have it here, I have it here. You have it here. Is that how we argue on this file? Show us the promise we lifted. Not even one. And I've demonstrated to
He
you.
has, except that you have counted it.
No, he lied. Because the promise to make tertiary education free for PWDs was a 2020 manifesto promise of the NDC. And this, I heard you mention scholarship. Don't even go there. You are promising to streamline scholarships. We are promising to introduce legislation to coordinate and streamline scholarships and ban political appointees from benefiting from scholarships. Totally different from what
When we get to
number two.
When we get to Bamia's press engagement,
We will get there.
That issue will come up.
Yeah,
about the scholarships.
Yeah.
President Judas said, Ajumana Edin. Say, me fini na yam ya. Ajumana Edin. You see? One, Usha video na Miracle one who's not the air. Why? One's on to me being a non country. Intino say a caprampa ni power we are Yonku manifesto. AMPP. NDC for him say, and Sama Baumiako Kayano. Some of it a manifesto, but they didn't bother. You see, one thing about NDC for I must stay in say, Omono, Uyo Madia Crampa, they don't bother. Yes, over count. What to me for my dear to me for message, you don't care. But say, who start to say, oh, can one sem, then they respond. Now, NDC for him pass manifesto, ni be why your 2020 manifesto na MPP for country free. But they didn't bother. And I'm Miracles Aboagye born whom swakot na abosu say NDC for we are on manifesto. Not knowing that some manifesto now come once and look right NDC for the and they spoke about it in 2020. On one winning in India. That time Grana Baumia wasn't a candidate. Nimgwasia way. Politics city a brantia kama to say Miracles no kwatina na wa good one mass poto na wa sorry kufi. So was he able to come out from the studios of Joynews? I wonder how. The whole country is watching you. And they are exposing you this way. Charlie! Hey, this is where the communication adru. Baby, a communication adru. Sana almost started here. John Mahama betcha free SHS. John Mahama will cancel free SHS. John just cancel sana John Mahama no because hey free SHS now mu kanokra. I started progressively before you. And there were articles, any video where just John Mahama started free SHS in 2015 progressively. My yes story in about 3 times, but they haven't seen it and they will never see it too. Mama, follow me. My yes story, is it 2 or 3 months ago? I brought you article of Nanado praising John Mahama for it and a video of John Mahama implementing free education progressively in 2015. I have the documents. And this is what they didn't bother to say it because they all knew that Juma Buagana and to have to us no problem. But for the free SHS, I assume something is for because no, we started. A+ now a part of people who company man and A+ got now hit FM can say John Mahama started free SHS progressively. That video is still there. We can pull it out. And mostly and where they be or expose you. If they don't make noise, nobody will know. Sana yeti Roman or Mukofa pokwasi interchange asembaye ane John Akufuado abesi pokwasi interchange kama John Mahama interchange beno si ebet media compare pokwasi interchange anumjasa enwachi na yebe hu se pokwasi interchange kura John Mahama kokoji hu bisia kura mpo betu ho drop plan ne wie ya obeye ene to abatia no position. Sapo kwasi interchange no was NDC for project. They there NPP for year far hunting na yebe hu no kra bi enwom. NDC for they will not bother to even say it that is their project. But because of MPP for anu mudwana o munse o mukanti na NDC for ma ye hu se pokwasi interchange o mu project. A lot of it. Empty, mimiti here to be honest. Now me nim say manifesto na MPP for what kind of takra dino. Some of Enyame woman NDC for 2020 manifesto. By Miracles Aboagye anuntino. Wakotina e akoka ho asem. Ama ya exposing in mechanism in advance. You see, this is how Sammy Gyamfi cooked Miracles Aboagye on air today. News file, Samson Ladi shows who are Joynews. Peace. Menchira Madri. Medin Eric King fantastic. Ghanaian citizen.